In 2016, I was diagnosed with leukemia, so that turned into approximately a 4-year journey for me. A lot of time spent up here in Indianapolis at the Riley's Children's Hospital. I was 16 when I was diagnosed, and that kind of turns your world upside down.
Welcome back to Christina's Garage, Gearhead in Training. I'm with Preston, the founder and executive of omyf. Would you mind starting off with sharing your story and how the foundation got started?
So in 2016, I was diagnosed with leukemia. So that turned into approximately a 4-year journey for me. A lot of time spent up here in Indianapolis at the Riley's Children's Hospital. I was 16 when I was diagnosed, and that kind of turns your world upside down. I was previously involved in motocross. That put a major halt on that program. So through that journey, I got more involved in the off-road desert racing scene, got my toes wet, started following that sport a lot more. And towards the end of my treatment, my mother was diagnosed with brain cancer. So she passed away at the end of my treatment. We lost her about a year after she was diagnosed. So I reached out to Make-A-Wish, and they had always said, dream big, we want to do something with you. And after a lot of persuasion and convincing, they agreed to help me form the legal perspective of omyf. So that means becoming a fully formed 501c3, helping me form a board of directors, helping me get the right people in place so we can be a legitimate organization and make the most with our impact. As I said it to them, a wish that they help me with is a wish that we get to give to so many more kids. Our whole goal is to get more kids involved in off-road racing, but also help them grow within the motorsports industry and not just be someone that dreams about it. There's a lot of people that dream about it, but they never get the opportunity to do it. And why not give them an opportunity at a young age to get involved and really become the most that they can be? So that's what we're here to do, is to give them an opportunity to figure out what they're passionate about and pursue that. If you want to be a welder, let's get you suited up, let's get you in the shop, be a welder. If you want to be, a social media person, let's get you out there, let's do that. We're here to connect you with mentors within your, division you want to focus on, and give you an experience that you can't get out of college, you can't get at a typical education facility. We're here to get you hands-on, get your hands dirty, let's just go for it. If you want to do it, we're game for it. So this is our truck. We just got back from the Baja 1000 running. Unfortunately, we did not get to finish this year due to some mechanical failures, but this is about learning. This is about growing the team. The driver of the truck was 20 years old. The co-driver was 18. So
cool.
It is kids out there getting real experience racing, real experience problem solving. They broke a throttle cable and drove with a piece of wire wrapped around the throttle body for 40 miles. You don't get that type of education without just being out there and doing it. So that's what this whole organization is about. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. All sponsors that work with us get a full, tax write-off for any efforts they put in towards the foundation. Plus, they get social media recognition, they get recognition on the truck, and they get recognition at any event or race we attend.
How do you pick kids to be involved, or how do people apply? How does that work?
So kids get involved with us through social media typically, or we meet them at trade shows like this or other events we attend. So they come through, meet with us. They can get on our social media and our website and apply there. So we have an application portal. They can answer questions and write a short essay, or they can just film a video. There's a spot to upload a video. Just tell us who you are, what you're about, what you're passionate about, and what you want to do with your life and with your career. If you don't know, that's fine, but you just have to be dedicated and passionate about it. You can't be someone that's just, You got to have motivation. You have to have drive to be there. And if you have those things, we're more than happy to get you involved.
And if somebody is interested in sponsoring you or contributing somehow, how would you recommend they do that?
So they can also get on our website there, or they can email me direct at, I'll give you the information. You can put it up on the screen.
I'll put it all in the caption at the bottom.
But they can reach out to us there. We work with a lot of different people, and we work with them in unique ways. So most people get the typical sponsorship, ask of, well, I'll give you this many social media posts and I'll put you a sticker on the car. That's great, but we would much rather do more than that and be creative about it. We worked with Miller Welders and we collaborated on a video, and I think in like 8 months it hit 2 million views. So we want to work with them in unique ways. If you have a crazy idea, let's do it. We're all about new, fresh ideas.
This is Jared and Sheldon. You guys were actually the ones driving and navigating during the Baja race. First off, would you mind sharing how you guys got involved with the foundation, and then share a little bit about your experience?
Yeah, so I got involved so Preston's my older brother. So me and him have raced together growing up through everything, whether it's four-wheelers or whatever, We've always raced together. So whenever he kind of had this idea, me and Dad and everybody were all on board. And we've put a ton of time in and a ton of effort to get everything here. And so I've been involved from day one. But yeah, Jared's been with us for a while.
So I started back in August whenever I joined this team. I heard about it from one of my teachers from high school, and he had got work done from the omyf team, and then they gave him the rundown about the team. And he had pretty much said, hey, I know a kid who's been wanting to get into a race team, and he would definitely be interested in this. And then he gave me the rundown, and from there I just went to the race shop, and they gave me a tour of it and told me all about it, and immediately said I was in. But
That's awesome. And would you mind sharing, so Preston was mentioning how you guys didn't finish the race. Obviously there was a lot that happened during that race. What are the parts that kind of stuck out to you?
Just mainly that the team was there for us, and anytime that something got stuck, we were on top of it, and we had trained for it and knew what was coming up and what to expect. But there's always learning experiences from that race, and there's definitely aspects of it that you can't prepare for. I mean, you can't go anywhere in the United States and say, oh yeah, this is what Baja 1000 is going to be like. It's really just an animal of its own. But
yeah, it's brutal. It's way more brutal than I was expecting, for sure. I've ran a lot of races. I've ran a race in Texas doing side-by-sides and stuff. Ran that, and it was butter compared to this. This was brutal. You get to the bottom of the hills and I have to loosen my belts to be able to lean down and look under the windshield to be able to see the top of the hill. It's beyond brutal. It's definitely the craziest, hardest race I've ever been a part of, for sure. So that was kind of the biggest, I guess, shock, was just the terrain and the just absolute, just you never know what's coming necessarily, and it's crazy, for sure. So
That's awesome.
it was definitely a heck of an experience. You learn a ton. You mainly just learning how to deal with all the different scenarios that you're put in, because we broke pretty early at the 67.3. Granted, we beat Chris Porforti and Bryce Minties because they broke at 27. But we, in that time frame, we were stuck 6 times, So it's dealing with silt, you're dealing with rocks. Had to have a trophy truck drag me off the top of a boulder.
Oh, man.
So it's, it's dealing with a lot of different stuff in a very quick, very short time frame. So it's just in 60 miles, it was, a lot.
It wasn't just 60 miles, it was miles.
Yeah, and it's to do 1,000 of that it's just insane. So hopefully we'll be finishing next year and we'll be able to tell a lot longer story with 1,000 miles of abuse. But yeah, it was definitely a very memorable trip, for sure. So.
Are you going to take all of those skills, as Preston was saying, there's a lot of skills that you wouldn't learn necessarily in school or without actually being out there and getting the actual life experience. So it's really cool, and I really appreciate both of you sharing your stories, and hopefully we can get more people involved with what you're doing, because it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a great opportunity for a lot of kids. Just got to get it out there. So.
I love it.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Preston. I really appreciate you sharing your story. And
thanks for coming by.
This is such a great thing that you're doing. You guys need to absolutely follow them. And if you want to continue watching more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys next time.
Yep.